Hey guys, in today's video we're going to learn how to make this Hey Duggee Cake topper. So I've got some modelling paste and I've just coloured it with yellow and autumn leaf, and you're just going to roll sort of like a flat oval shape. You want to leave it quite rounded at the bottom, and we're going to chop the bottom off, and these are going to form his shirt. So you can see it's quite rounded at the bottom. I'm smoothing it out. Hey Duggee's quite a flat, like almost like a 2D character, but I wanted to make him in a 3D way for the tutorial. So you're just going to flatten off the top, and then we're going to mark him where his tie is. So it's not too thick. You're just going to mark in the 2 lines down, and then the sort of triangular bit for the tie at the bottom. Now you can mark it lighter on the first go if you want to, just to make sure you get it right. But you can re-go over the lines. It's hard to rub out if you make a mistake when it's this deep, but if it was a little bit lighter you'd be able to rub it out. So next we're going to take some brown. So this is the Renshaw's Modelling Chocolate, and we're going to roll exactly the same shape as what we've just made for the bottom. So again, quite rounded at the top, and then we're going to cut it off at the bottom so that it's going to match onto the pants. So it is just kind of like a guesstimate as to where you should cut it. I've got a picture for reference at the side of me that I'm looking at. And so obviously rounding off the top, and then because this is just a little bit too tall, I'm going to trim off some more from the bottom. You want to make sure that it's completely smoothed out. You don't want any cracks or anything inside it. So chopping off a little bit more and measuring it again, making sure that both the shirt and the top blend well together. You don't want any gaps or anything. Just making it a little bit thinner, because obviously it doesn't need to be wider than what we've got already. So you want them to fit together just like that. Just trimming off a little bit more. You want it to be, I would say, maybe double the size of the bottom bit. So we're going to take some, I've just mixed some white with the same brown, and we're going to roll an oval shape, and this is going to create the nose. So again, we're going to flatten that out because we want it to be almost 2D but not quite. And then you're just going to pop that on and push it into place. Now you shouldn't need any water to stick it together at this point. A small ball tool just to create a hole for the nose to go in. And then we're going to make 2 ovals for the eyes. Just smoothing it all out, and then we're going to put the mouth on. So just re-rolling that. Wasn't quite happy with the shape. So you want to keep it a bit of an oblong shape when you put it on, and lift up the sides a little bit, pushing in the space for the nose. Little smile for the bottom. And then we're going to get some black, and we're going to create the nose and the mouth. The nose and the eyes. So just roll in a tiny little bit for the nose and just pushing that into place. And then even smaller for the eyes. So make sure you're happy with the size of the nose first. Size and shape you want to be happy with. It's got quite a big nose in comparison to the eyes. The eyes are quite small. I struggle to break off small pieces, and so I use my scriber tool just to do that for me. When you're rolling them, you want to roll sort of like an oblong shape as well, and then you're just going to push that into place. Again, you shouldn't need no water for that bit. So there's his face. Just pushing down the eyes if needed. You can use this tool to shape it a little bit. If one's a little bit bigger than the other, or one's come out further than the other, you can use that to move. When they're together, you should have that. So a little bit more of the modelling chocolate. We're just blending that in a little bit, and we're going to use this to create the ears. So roll in 2 balls, I would say roughly the same size as a Malteser, trying to make sure that they're both roughly the same size. And then we're going to teardrop it and check the size for the side of the face for the ears. So again, just pushing that into place. Same with the other one. So you're just going to roll it into a bit of a teardrop, flatten it against the desk, and then try to pop it in the same place as the other ear. And just pushing it into place. So that's what you should have when they're both put together. Just making sure that the ears are attached. Now this is going to be the belt. So this one's a bit of a brighter yellow. So I've just added some more of the melon sugar flare to the colour that I already had. We're going to roll out a thin strip of yellow, just lining that up, and then we're just going to cut it with a knife. I would say maybe about half a centimetre in thickness, maybe just a little bit under. And you're just going to cut it until it's roughly the same all the way along. Now we won't need all of this, but I often make mistakes when I'm putting these things on, so I likely do need the extra bit in case I make a mistake. So we're going to adhere the head onto the body, so wet it with a little bit of water. We're going to put 2 cocktail sticks in. I use 2 just because I find it gives it a little bit more support than 1. Wet those with some water, and then we're just going to push the head onto the body, pushing it into place and smoothing out anything like indentations you've made on the head. So that's what you should have so far. Wet around it, and then you're literally just going to place the belt, and that's just going to cover the join around the whole of the body. Just trimming off the excess at the back. And then just making sure that it's well and truly stuck down and it's as level as what you can get it. Just using my knife just to push it into place. So next we're going to make the feet. So again, just some of the brown modelling chocolate. We're going to roll 2 2 sort of like oblong shapes. So 2 balls roughly the same size. Making sure that they've got no cracks in or anything like that. Just rolling it into a sausage and flattening. And then we're going to stick those 2 to the front of the body. And this is going to make him look like he's sitting down. So now we're going to do the arms. So again, 2 sausages. His arms are fairly short. Try to get them roughly the same size and the same width. Some more brown modelling chocolate for his paws or hands. I'm not actually sure whether he's a dog or a bear. But yeah, so his paws. You're going to chop the side off so that it's on a bit of an angle. And this is going to make it sit flush to the top of his shirt. So the first one is going to sit down. So you're just going to stick that underneath the belt down. And then the other one is going to hold up a number. Now I did the number 3 because it was for a 3rd-year-old's party. So the other arm is a little bit different. So here's the 3 that I've had drying. And we're just going to stick the arm on in that position and curl the paw round at the front. So with your Dresden tool, just marking in a little indentation so that the paw's able to bend. Chopping off any of the arm if needed. And then just sticking it down with a little bit of water. So you can see that's where the 3 is going to go, and it's going to get stuck down. So just make sure that the number 3 is perfectly dry, and that way it'll be able to hold up. So we're going to make a belt buckle, and the belt buckle is just coloured in a light blue, and it's just sort of like a square rectangle in between the 2 of those. So just sticking that on above the tie. In fact, I don't think it's a belt buckle, I think it's the top of his tie. Not 100% sure, I've never watched this program before. So you're just trimming it to the same width as the tie and just using your knife to push that into place. So he has got some signs that are going to go on his jacket. However, because the 3 is going to be covering up the majority of the jacket, I chose just to do the triangle on the one side. So you could add some more if you wanted to at this point. So just sticking that down with a little bit of water and pushing that into place. So this one I placed on top of a birthday cake. I stuck a cloud behind the head and some bushes. Here's what you should have once you've finished. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. If you have, please give a thumbs up and don't forget to leave a comment down below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with my future tutorials. Thank you.